Guys, Cody from Southeast Softwash. Going to do a video today and talk to you guys about a new design on our mini skid platform. It's not anything life-changing, but it is a pretty major difference, so we wanted to do a video for it. We're going to add this option to our product line on the mini skid. So before we jump into that, let me show you guys what we've got behind us. A sea of equipment. We built all this stuff this week, a little bit last week. Didn't have a pickup last week, so 4 trailers, a bunch of skids, and we're working on another trailer and another Alumimax today. So let's go over here and look at an Alumimax. So this is our flagship skid right here, okay? All these 4 are the same. This one just does not have a ladder rack. This skid right here is your $250,000 a year crew skid, okay? A one-man band can obviously work off of it. It's very easy to work off of, can flex and do a lot of big stuff, but can handle the little stuff too, small jobs. So this right here is your big boy, and this is your mini skid. We've got some other mini skids over there in the corner. And this is your mini skid platform, okay? And we sell a ton of these. This one's very popular. 2 reasons: it's cheaper, and if you're not trying to run a crew, this will do what you need to do. Maybe you got a small truck, like a Ford Ranger or a Tacoma, something in that size truck. The big boy's not gonna fit on there. This will fit. Now, there are some limitations. No ladder rack option on these, no feed reel option on these, and you're limited on your tank capacity. So one guy can work off of this. You can work a second guy off of it in a pinch, but it's really not set up to be a $200,000 a year system. If you're a weekend warrior and you kind of want to do it right, this would be the way to go. If you're trying to run a full-size business, that's kind of the way we're going to steer you. But we do like to give you guys options. So it's always going to be a little limited, but we've changed something. Let's look over here. We've got several mini skids. This is what we would call just a mini skid, okay? Just a soft wash system. Now, this customer has added the pressure wash feed reel and stand and the mounting plate. He's going to drop his own pressure washer on here, hook it up, and then he'll have a mini skid pro. If we look right here, this is one that we built out to be a mini skid pro. So this customer just got kind of the current top of the line mini skid, 4 gallon a minute direct drive. So he's got to take a hose and dock it over here on the side of the pressure washer and feed that little direct drive pump, 4 gallons a minute. This is fine. We've got lots of customers with the mini skid pro platform, and they're crushing it. Matter of fact, just heard back from a guy that picked one up in February. Right now is September, and he's done $120,000 since February. They actually bought 2 mini skids and put them in an enclosed trailer. So probably would have just made as much sense to get an Alumimax, and that would have been the same thing, but they didn't have a truck, so they figured out a way to work around it. So we've got the mini skid. Come look at this one, Jonathan. This would just be a mini skid, okay? That's the lowest option you can go to. Just a soft wash system. Maybe you're not planning on doing anything but roofs. That'll do it all day long. We even sell some of these to big roofing companies, and they're just needing a demo rig. So they can go out, do a demo, sell a roof cleaning job, and then come out with their big skid and have a crew, you know, doing the cleanings. So mini skid, kind of mini skid plus a couple of add-ons. He's going to drop his own pressure washer. Guys, we can do that. If you've got a pressure washer that's compatible, we don't mind it. We'll put that on there. You put the pressure washer. You're not bringing it up here on a Friday and me putting it on. I don't love you that much. But a mini skid pro like this. Now, what's the change? Let's go look at the old truck here. 4 gallon a minute, direct drive over there. What we've got here is a 5.5 gallon a minute. It's a belt drive unit, and it is tank fed. So we've had this question a lot, and I've never wanted to do it because I know the issues that guys are going to run into. It is doable, and you just got to, the customer's got to understand what he's got to do to keep this system running. So water tank, bleach tank on that side, 5 gallon a minute. If you come around here and look, it's plumbed up on a 1-inch feed going into this water tank. So we've got a bulkhead right here on the other side, kind of in between the tanks. And it's gonna suck out of this tank. You got 55 gallons. We did put a Hudson valve, so truly you're gonna get about 50 gallons. Went ahead and added a connection point for a garden hose. So what you gotta do is just keep this tank full. Now, there's not a massive performance difference between a 4 and a 5, but it is enough that you can tell there's a lot more flow and a little bit more punch to it for rinsing. So this would be a tank fed mini skid on a 5.5 belt drive. So the regular mini skid, you're always gonna have a hose to feed the pressure washer. Well, this one, you still gotta have that same hose and dock it right here and keep your tank filled. You just wanna make sure you don't run the thing out and run your pressure washer empty. It does bypass right here. We've got our bypass line going back to the tank. So one soft wash system, one pressure wash system, tank fed. That's a lot of performance, guys, on this very small package. 100 feet of pressure hose. You can, this is what I would do, is keep another 100 feet behind the seat of my truck. Quick connect it on for the times you need another 100. A lot of times 100 is plenty. And then keep a 100-foot garden hose as your feed hose. Now, I already know what we're gonna get asked. Can you guys add a feed reel and get me up to 200 feet in a ladder rack? Yeah, we can. And it's called an Alumimax Pro, okay? So I know, you wanna spend mini skid money and get Alumimax Pro performance. Guys, we've milked it as much as you can milk this cow, and that's as far as it'll go. Now, it'll be fine. If you guys are interested in this, just understand, keep a little 100-foot of garden hose and throw it right here with your gas can and your other buckets and stuff. It's not a big deal. I did it that way for years. Dock your hose right there. On our old ones, we've had guys that kind of did this conversion themselves, and they didn't put this on. They just open the lid, stick the hose in there, keep it filled. It's not that hard, guys, so don't make it too hard. But this is an option, so we're gonna relay out our terminology for our skids because they can get a little confusing. We got a mini skid Pro with the 4-gallon, and a mini skid Pro Max with the 5.5-gallon tank fed. Then we've got an Alumimax, which hardly anybody buys. It would be this Alumimax Pro here minus the pressure washer. That's just an Alumimax soft wash system, and then go up from there to the Alumimax Pro. So we're trying to keep the names where they make sense to us. We know what you're talking about, but they're not super confusing, and you can see the progression as to which model you're selecting. It's doable. We can do these. You just got to understand the limitations, the pros and the cons. Really, really nice little slick setup. So you do have, if you fill it up, you've got about 10 minutes of runtime untethered, but you're never going to do a 10-minute job. So you're just going to make sure you keep a garden hose handy, and you can throw it back here in your extra space, and off you go. Look, if you want to learn how to use this equipment, you can come take some training from us here at Southeast Softwash. We do that almost every Friday. Also, if you guys are around the world, around the country, and you can't make it here, first link in the description is going to be a course by my buddy Mike Vadan, Justin Rogers, myself, and Aaron from Lean and Mean Academy. We're all in there. They put together a really thorough course called How to Wash. Okay, it's soup to nuts what you need to know as far as running a truck day in and day out. It's a pretty in-depth course. I'll drop a link to that down in the description. Check that out. Maybe you just want to do some remote learning. Watch it in your pajamas while you're eating pickles and letting the kids and the wife scream in the background, right? So, Mini Skid Pro Max, pretty cool. Hesitant to drop this out, but it is doable, so we wanted to offer it to some of you guys that are in that range where you're not ready to go up to the big boy, but you want some of that performance that you can get out of this. If you can get any more performance out of a pallet dimension, please let me know. You must be a wizard. We'll see you guys later.